she was like, "Yay, that would be really, really exciting." Or I told her I thought I was pregnant, and then like
you should be like Shane, you're a bad friend.
My period came, and she was like, "Thank God, I wasn't ready to be a great godmother." And I was like, "Fucking fake bitch."
Wouldn't she just be a godmother?
Yeah.
Last episode,
David, talk.
Janae said,
Hello.
Why is your mic always the worst?
I don't know.
because he's gonna scream in it.
That's actually not gonna happen.
Oh, that's
I
my
lost
bad.
my voice twice
Let's keep
today.
it low and slow tonight.
Low and slow, baby.
Flowy. You're listening to smooth
We want
jazz.
people to
All right,
tingle
Lorenzo.
in their nether parts.
Let's do it. Then.
This
Yeah.
episode.
Lorenzo.
That's not what I want. That's not a thing that I can co-sign. I am speaking clearly. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
I've been
That was really beautiful. That could be a song.
Very beautiful.
Drew, if you do this the whole oh, that's too loud. Turn me down some. Turn me down
Ready?
some.
Let's get it
I
poppin'.
was
Let's go, let's go,
speaking
let's go, let's go, let's go,
clearly.
let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Stop. Hello and welcome to the QC Skits podcast. I'm your host and president of QC Skits, Lorenzo Walton. To my right, I have Drew Covert.
Hey, Lorenzo. How's it going today?
You tell me, Drew.
I feel like today has been one of those days where you want to crawl into a tank of acid, but you don't, because when you do that, that's how the goblins win, Lorenzo. That is how the goblins win.
Drew, that's what you want to be your intro?
Absolutely. I'm going to introduce myself like that every episode from here on out.
We lost everyone. Janae Creecy.
Drew, what day is it?
It's Friday, right?
And then next to both of them,
Why?
it's too many times we've had this man on this goddamn podcast. If I see his face again,
It's toxic.
I'm
at
going to
this
kill
point.
myself. To be honest with you. Matter of fact, I don't even want to introduce this man. He roasted me earlier. He made fun of my jeans. He made fun of my hair.
Your jeans are very ugly.
He roasted me. He made fun of all of math.
He would have made fun of Janae, but she was asleep.
Mm-hmm.
David Williams.
No, we back here again. We just gotta make sure these people know who I really am. I appreciate it.
And you really are a fraud.
I'm amazing.
You're an amazing fraud.
Shit, yeah.
Janae's roommate told us to keep it down because, you know, we be loud as shit. But it's whatever. Turn up a mic, but we'll whisper.
Yeah, we'll whisper.
We'll whisper this shit.
We're going to make this slow and slow, y'all.
Slow and slow for you,
Slow and
you
slow.
folks at
All
home.
right, all right,
It
all
is
right.
currently 3 a.m.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's Friday
It's
It is Friday.
at
but
10 afternoon. You
Yeah.
can't tell
10
them it's 3
10,
a.m.
10 afternoon.
10 a.m. in the afternoon.
10 a.m. in the afternoon. You
It's
want to
on
lock in
Friday.
those lyrics, Janae?
It's phenomenal.
You're about to lose
What's
all your
the
money.
segment?
So we're going to get into our first segment, everybody, and it's headlines. It's people like us. We bring people like you the news. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. So I don't know if anyone watched that interview with Donald Trump, but they asked him about
Donald Trump.
Yep, interview about Donald Trump. They asked him what he was gonna do about Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
This man said it's an island surrounded by big water,
That's our president.
ocean water.
Yeah.
Didn't even give any type of solutions about what he's gonna do about the 1.5 million people that are dying in Puerto Rico.
But at least he knows
You
it's
just
an
said
island.
water.
At least I know
Just
it's
said
an
Surrounded
island.
by big water.
It's
Over again.
surrounded by big water.
This is the
Ocean
ASMR podcast of
It
QC
is,
Skits.
it is.
I just don't know. I feel like this man Donald Trump is a comedian.
I was honestly saying, I turned to my fellow students in my political science class, and this was like the day that he was tweeting about everything with the NFL players, and I was like, I feel like there's a good chance that Donald Trump just doesn't even realize Puerto Rico's a part of us.
Yeah,
Like he didn't. Someone had to sit him down and be like, "Look, man, this is our people." He's like, "Oh shit."
It's like, really? Are you sure?
So I'm gonna rewind for a second. Janae, did you say this is the ASMR of podcasts?
That was him,
That was
and I
me.
agreed to
That
it.
was
Okay,
me,
so then I'm gonna
Lorenzo.
follow that up with what does that mean?
This is slow and
Auditory,
sexy.
sensory, motor revelation, something like that.
I have
David,
a
you know about
boner.
this?
I have no
It's
idea.
basically a
what they're talking about.
fetish for like noises into the microphone.
Like really
So
soft,
they have,
quiet noises.
They have people talking like this and making sure that they articulate everything they say.
And they make sure that there's all those
They
little
have, like,
clicks and all that in their
I'm
voice.
sorry if
Little
you're listening to this
crunching
on
chips.
headphones. This must be dreadful.
Yeah.
Well,
David.
we
I feel
might
like
be
it's
getting
dreadful no
into
matter
the Fetish
how you're
Network right now.
That's true. We
And
might be
that's
starting a
gonna
whole
be
new.
our whole. It's gonna flip.
Slow Jams by David.
Have y'all heard of that
People
theory
they
though,
want.
along with David's news story that Donald Trump is a time traveler?
Tell me
That
more
makes
about it.
sense.
Tell me more about
So
Obviously
his-
true.
That would make sense.
I'm pretty sure it's his uncle, his great uncle, his grandpa, or something was very close with Nikola Tesla, who
Of course.
was involved with time travel.
I've actually heard about this.
Yeah,
Mm,
and
I heard
so they had this book written about what is his son's name? Barron Trump's adventure or something.
Barron Trump is the youngest, yeah.
His
Wow, that's
youngest
great.
son was writing about Trump, and like there were so many like parallels, like Barron and the Trump Tower and all sorts of stuff.
That's
And to
freaky.
be honest, like reading his tweets about Puerto Rico today, like I started believing it. I was like,
What did he tweet about Puerto Rico?
he was like, oh, the Democrats wanted to like talk badly about me or something. Everybody who's watching, everybody who's listening to this knows and doesn't know anything. But
Yeah.
It's a great explanation.
it's just like the only reason like I can see Donald Trump being this successful quotation marks president is time travel.
That's true.
Because I refuse to believe that people are that dumb. I
But
really
wait,
refuse to believe
Nikolai
that.
Tesla from the past wouldn't have the answer, wouldn't have the cheat sheet for life in the future. I'm going to cut this out because I sound real
You
stupid.
do, because time travel involves going to the future.
It's like
Okay,
I
but
want to disprove her, but the only way I could disprove her is to get really into politics, and I don't want to do that.
okay, so who wants to go next?
How do you disprove time travel? Number one, that's just silly.
Who wants
Good
to
point. Good point. How could time travel not be scientifically fact?
Exactly.
Who wants to go next?
I'm ridiculous.
'Cause
I'm a
we didn't really
ridiculous
talk
human
about the
being. I'm
David
a
thing. David
dirty,
went quiet.
dirty boy.
Ew.
Okay.
I really love this ASMR shit.
Rants.
Okay.
Someone got turned on by that. Maybe it's a random person who'll never hear that, but there's someone out there who could get turned on by that.
So as you guys know, we are an irascible group.
Irascible.
And Janae's got some rants for you people at home.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Janae, there's 30 seconds on the clock. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
And away we go.
Some people are very fucking annoying, and one
Sure.
of those people is one of the people that was at Kimson's party, and she literally made me want to cut my ears off and cut my uterus out of my vagina because I didn't want to have a baby that ended up like her ever. I don't even want the chance of that. Her voice was annoying, her face was annoying, her dress was annoying, her body was annoying, her lungs were annoying. Like, I really didn't want her around me at all, and I wanted to punch her in the face. And it's not because I'm a mean person, it's because she's annoying.
That's 30 seconds. Janae, you were asleep at the party.
Very true.
So are you talking about, what are you talking about? David, would you like to go next? All right.
Sure.
All right.
I feel like we should put a disclaimer at the beginning of this podcast. It's like, look, this is only recorded because we wanted to remain weekly. Like, this isn't necessarily good.
This is fantastic.
And also turn up your volume.
No, it's a lot of shit. People are going to be like, why are they in my ear whispering?
This is
Don't
all
worry
we
about
can
it.
do for you guys.
Don't worry
This is
about
it.
Okay, this is what we dedicate to the craft.
All right, but keep it quiet, David.
I'm gonna
You
keep
do
it
like to get
quiet.
hella loud for no reason.
We'll have church in the morning.
You're right. I'm a man of Jesus.
Not that tomorrow's Sunday or anything.
Yeah, because we all know it's Friday. But
Yeah,
30
everybody
seconds.
knows.
Saturday church.
Saturday church. Saturday morning church.
Yeah.
All right, so there's 30 seconds on the clock. David, are you ready?
Of course.
And away we go.
No, I'm joking. I'm not gonna go. But I really don't like driving. I really feel like having a chauffeur would be absolutely phenomenal.
True.
And it's not because driving in particular is bad. It's just everyone around me can drive.
True.
Like, I just want to know where people got their driver's licenses, because there's clearly a disconnect between who has their license and who can actually drive. There are people that don't have licenses that can drive better than people that do. I don't know how I have a new
That's
car.
30 seconds.
That was the longest 30 seconds of my entire life.
It
know what?
was. It really
fairly long.
was.
It felt
You know what,
like,
guys?
felt like,
Fuck you. I don't know what else you want me to tell you.
David, you just sound like a hater at that whole rant.
Really?
Look, okay. Yeah, clearly.
So does that mean
don't-
you're a worse driver?
I'm an amazing driver. Everyone around me is
Of
bad.
course. Just
Yeah.
like you're an amazing pool player.
Look, you're wearing ankle socks.
Oh shit!
All I had
Came
clean.
right
I wasn't
for
about to
it.
do laundry.
True.
Right
Why would I do
for it.
laundry? Who would do laundry?
Easy.
Tell me how you would do laundry in that situation.
Well, first we wash all our long socks.
Right. That's the first thing.
First on the list.
True.
I'm a busy man. I got to grind in that 2K.
Busy man with ashy ankles.
Oh
God
shit!
damn. David, we're whispering. I need you to not.
Look, this man came for
True.
me.
There's 30 seconds on the clock.
I feel like one of those presidents who have to do a speech immediately after they got assassinated. You know those presidents?
Making a speech after you die.
Immediately after you die.
R.I.P.
Like
JFK.
JFK's famous speech after he died, where he
Mhm.
was like, "Look, I'm out. I'm out skis.
Mm-hmm.
My hot wife is gone. You're gonna have to deal with Lyndon." Goes around talking about his dick on the phone.
I remember that.
Seconds on the clock.
There's no second on the clock. Time is relative, my friend.
Oh my god.
And away we go.
Here's my problem with leftists and the leftist institution. No, this isn't a political rant, but there's an org at UNCC, and they're the leftist org, and apparently someone told them about our idea where we do 3 people who are a member of the org and then a permanently impermanent 4th chair, and they said, that sounds great. Permanently impermanent, let's steal that. Motherfuckers, I spent blood, sweat, and tears on that idea. You will drag that idea out of my cold, dead...
That's 30 seconds.
God, we'll never know what part of him was gold and dead.
But I
Yeah,
will
no,
say,
right.
Drew, how long did you spend on the script?
About 15 minutes.
15 whole minutes. Blood, sweat, and tears.
That's what I'm saying. Honestly, blood, sweat, and tears adds an extra little bit if you get what I'm saying. So it wasn't really 15 minutes. It was 15 years.
Exactly. This man gets it.
Exactly.
I wish I was as dedicated as you guys were.
I've never
To the
been
craft.
to the leftist meetings, but I remember going up to these Republicans that wanted to vote for Trump. They had donuts. That's the only reason why. You remember this?
Yeah,
right?
I was there. I was next to you.
And
We were
it was
tabling.
it was a Mexican boy and an African guy, and I said,
Why?
"Why are
That's
you
exactly
voting
who
for
they pick.
Trump?
That's exactly who they
Because
pick.
Exactly.
Trump don't like you."
Trump doesn't like you
And
guys
I
at
took
all.
the donut and I left.
And then
Same thing.
I went in after her, and they were like, "You're just here for a donut."
You know that like
Yeah.
14 white dudes signed up for that table, and they're like, no, we're going to give it to the Hispanic and African guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because these represent our people.
damn.
I was a little side note for you guys at home, and I guess for David and Drew. I went to the election night in the Union because they had cake and food, and I was there to see Almon was there. I was like, "Yo, Almon, what's going on?" And then Janae was next to me, and as soon as Hillary got like a couple votes ahead, there was like a corner of Trump supporters, and she just yelled, "Fuck you!"
Wow.
That's right, I said it. Fuck you. You motherfuckers can go home.
That was the old me.
Then I left, and Hillary lost, and I wanted to know
That's
what it
great.
was like in the room.
My
get-
election
just drop
story
the ball.
is me and my friend had this thing where every time Hillary won, I would take a shot, and every time Trump won, he would take a shot.
Ooh, fun game.
And then like we'd throw it in, like I would take a hit every time Donald Trump won or whatever. And I remember being passed out by the time like it was still like, oh, Donald Trump might win or whatever. And then when I woke up, he was giving his acceptance speech, and I literally screamed at the top of my lungs.
Oh,
It was like, "You're okay?" I was like, I'm just in shock.
So
What's
wait,
going on?"
my question is, were you taking a shot after every just state came in?
And they would always come in at like 14 at a time, and I would just be like, "Fucking chuck." It was bad, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. You did 50 states.
No.
Or close to
No. I was passed out by like 10 of them.
Damn.
I went to sleep before they decided, or like before the votes were in.
I did
But I
too.
woke up and I cried.
Same. I woke up like at 3 a.m. and I was like, there's no way this man Donald Trump won. It was like 271 to like 250 or some shit. I was like, what the?
Yeah.
We're gonna get into our next segment. Segment we do every week. You
I'm
guys
so
know I
excited
love
we
it
do
at
this
home.
every single week. I
You
can't
know,
wait for
and
it.
it's pretend to be a leftist, and we here at QC Skits we look into politics and we ruin your times at home. So starting off, Janae, I'm gonna ask you a question. You answer it as an extreme leftist would.
I am a leftist, so this won't be hard.
Okay. How do you feel about the phrase, I'm not racist, but...
That's the phrase. Well, you are racist, you ugly bitch. That's what I would say
Okay.
as a leftist.
Yes, as a leftist, I think you are correct.
Thank you.
Sir Leftist, I'm ready for your question.
It's crazy.
Okay, Mr. Leftist Drew.
'Tis I.
How do you feel about the idea of an impermanently permanent 4th chair?
Well, as a leftist,
Yeah.
I don't use this thing that I have called my brain.
Of course.
So whenever I hear an idea that's used by someone who used this thing called a brain, I want to jump on it and I want to steal it, and I want to destroy them through the process. So when I think of an idea like a permanently impermanent 4th chair, that's a brilliant idea by a brilliant person,
Fantastic.
and I got to steal that.
Fantastic answer.
Oh,
Good answer.
so hard.
What?
All right, we're getting into questions because, Skits can't survive without him. Our first question. Drew, why are you so hard?
Next question.
I think it started with the ASMR. Like that's when I got like the semi hard. But as soon as
Moderator, next
as
question.
soon as I release the words "I'm all right,"
Next question.
full on boner,
Ew.
absolute
Next
full on
question,
boner.
please.
I gotta go.
All right. Jesus Christ. We're going to answer some more questions. Let's just do it. You guys come up with questions and we try to answer them.
Lorenzo,
I have a fun idea. Can we all?
she interrupted me, Lorenzo.
Oh, I wasn't listening to you.
I want to hear what she has to
I
say
don't
because I
hear
know
the
you have a
fake.
question and I'm not going to be ready for it.
I have an idea, so we should sing like a line of a song, and then the next person sings the line of a song, and the next person.
All
but
right,
it has
Drew,
to
what were
go.
you going to say?
Okay,
Let's do it. Go first, Janae.
I'm gonna go first.
She can't sing, though.
It's every day, bro, with that Disney Channel flow.
Damn, I don't know this song.
You have to sing like a different song that goes along with it.
I was stealing from a bitch back when I was 21.
Wait, does it have to be a real song?
Yeah.
I can't do this next.
Mine was a real song.
21.
Sacrifices. Young Thugger.
21.
Overdosed on confidence.
I want to sing the rest of that song.
Can we just end this? Do you think you can squabble together 15 minutes of funny out of that, Lorenzo?
No, we got to do the questions because that's what people
Okay,
want from
questions. Let's do questions. I love questions. That's my favorite part.
Lorenzo,
us. Okay.
this comes from a viewer. Why do you wear soccer shirts? Just to remind people that you used to be athletic?
No, it's because I don't do laundry.
Actually, Lorenzo looks very slim today. I will
That's-
say.
I ate
Last
2
time-
cheeseburgers. The past
Last
Scratch.
time I saw you, I said, "Who's that fat boy?"
Oh,
Really?
But today I said, "Wow, who's that slim young nigga?"
oh.
When was the last time you saw me? When did I look
That's
fat?
the last thing I said
Remember
about him,
when
too.
you,
It's
you
crazy.
came up to me in the union, and I was like, "Who's this fat boy about to sit next to me?"
Okay. Okay.
Damn, son.
No, because earlier in the week I didn't wake up with like a good look and I felt bad, but then I woke up. I feel like I'm fucking loud right now. But no, I woke up like the other day and I was like, why do I have abs? I ate cheeseburgers. So my life is fluctuating.
That's pretty cool.
I wonder, I think it's 100% of the people listening to this podcast hate your guts now. I think it's 100.
I've lived a good life.
One time I went up to this bitch. She was this like fat girl at my school, and I hated
Cutting
her
this
so
out.
Fuck
much.
her. Fuck that
Stop,
fat
You're not
bitch.
gonna cut it out. And we were like always in the gym like together because we had to take the gym. And she was like, "Yeah, no matter how much like I work out, blah blah blah, I can't lose weight." And I told her, I was like, "Yeah, no matter how much I eat, I don't gain weight at all."
She
You're like, you
was-
should try not
she
doing
was
that.
just like, I was.
She
an
was like,
evil
yeah, we go
bully.
through very similar things.
I was such a bully in school. I'm
Who's everyone's favorite basketball team?
Cleveland Broncos.
Fuck.
That's my favorite.
Is that a real team?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Well,
I used to like the 76ers.
All time or like right now?
right now.
Right now. I mean, my favorite, I got to be the Charlotte Hornets.
Hey.
That's a terrible choice. They're trash.
Ew.
Hey, he's
Hey, you
loyal.
never know. Dwight Howard, he's back with Steve Clifford.
Did you
Might
guys,
go back to his old ways.
I used
He's
to
loyal.
really
You're
big,
just afraid because you know the Eastern Conference. It's all Hornets, baby. Swarm's kicking in. Hope
just
you're
lying
ready.
to yourself.
Have you been to a Hornets game?
No. Next.
2 minutes. I was like, are you saying twins? Why are you saying twins? Wait.
I don't know how I hold up a 2 and then say minutes. This man just doesn't get it.
You should have just said 2 minutes in the podcast.
How often do you guys drool on yourselves?
I don't, but I watched
100% of the
David
time.
drool on himself
I
when he was
remember-
trying to roast me earlier.
I remember that. That was a very funny moment. You lost your cool that moment.
Look, I'm wearing retainers.
That doesn't make it okay, man.
Look,
Fucking hilarious.
my mouth hurts.
I was going to answer your question by saying I used to be a huge fan of 76ers when Allen Iverson was on the team. And then I didn't run into him. Allen Iverson was at the press box by Cookout. And I was like, oh shit, Allen Iverson. Like, I was singing a Future song and he was singing a Future song.
By
It's a
Cookout?
bar.
Oh, okay.
It's a
Took
bar.
me a minute.
It's a bar called the Press Box. They have pool tables. And he was like, it's like he had a section, but the bar was like, there was no section. It's really hard to explain. But we were just singing Future, and he looked at me singing Future, and then he looked away, and I was like, damn, we're not cool anymore.
Oh, I should have got an autograph while you could.
You know, I didn't want to seem like a dick rider.
Nas, bro. Should have been
I
singing Nas.
feel like Drew hasn't been whispering for the past like 2 minutes.
Yeah, this man just doesn't.
Goddamn right.
This man does not listen. I'm sorry.
Jay, do you have any questions?
Listen, if we want to talk about whispering, I can do that thing pretty good.
I also had another question. How often do you guys have balls of earwax fall out of your ear? Because I have
I've never had
two
that happen.
fall
Janae,
out
your life is
today.
falling apart.
High key.
Janae, you need
I
really to
relate
get it
to her.
together.
Like
Thank you,
on
David.
the lowest of keys, like not even on the lowest of keys, like on the highest of keys. Like I keep it. Look, I keep it a beam with y'all.
Keep it a beam.
It's healthy when earwax falls out of your
That's
ear.
not true.
It
That
is.
means you have
I
dirty
was
ears.
Nope,
sitting
it's
and I
not.
couldn't hear anymore in my ear, and I was like, "What is this?" And I just
It sounds
dug
like
out
you
2
need some
balls of
fucking
earwax.
Q-tips. It sounds like you're not living life right.
Look, honestly, cleaning your ears with Q-tips is actually unhealthy. Look it
It's
up.
very bad.
I think having clogged ears
That's
is
a lie,
probably more
actually.
Look,
unhealthy.
it's actually earwax that's supposed to fall out of
It's
your
supposed to
ear.
come out naturally.
You're just
Look it
making
up.
things up.
It's supposed to come
You
out
don't have a
naturally.
PhD.
I do.
You don't even have a master's.
Got a
You don't have
PhD.
undergraduate.
I have-
You're failing your classes. What are you talking about?
I'm doing my thing, okay? I'm getting straight A's.
It's not true.
You keep on talking on podcasts and you show up to your classes 40 minutes late. They're only hour and 15.
And
True.
then
Who's failing?
then my professor's like, wow, this kid really knows what he's talking about.
They don't even know
It's
your
never
name.
them. It's never them.
There's only 20 kids in your class.
They know my name.
They
That's
don't.
why I can't get away with the shit.
They have no idea who you are. Who is this guy that keeps coming into my class 40 minutes late? Is he an English major? Never seen him before.
I had one teacher compliment me on how much I participate, so I skipped the next class just to make sure that the
Yeah.
expectations
Gotta
don't get
balance
too high. you
Gotta
know?
lower.
You can't be a little teacher's pet.
Because then if you do
Exactly,
bad on the test,
exactly.
she's like,
I expected more from you. You can't give her that.
Exactly. Like I've been talking
too
about the
much
shit
pressure.
that we were supposed to read, but that doesn't mean I read it.
Right.
But back to earwax balls. So, like, honestly, it's really healthy. I just want the viewers to know that, like Janae,
don't nod your head like this is facts.
it is.
It
Look
is
it up.
facts.
Look it up on Google. But yeah, I mean, I'll just be laying on bed sometimes, and I'll just be
You
like,
just wake up with a
chilling.
gunk of.
No, it'll like hit my earlobe when it falls out, and I'm like, oh, bet, good, got it out. That's what
Let's do
That's
one
me.
more question and then we can
All right, Lorenzo,
hit me with the shits.
how much wood?
I'll punch you in the nose if it's woodcut chuck.
facts.
Well, it's not. It's how much wood could a woodchuck chuck? If a woodchuck could chuck wood.
All right, people. I would say our social
How much
media.
wood would a woodcut chuck?
But you people know it already. You guys are great
I
fans
do
of this
have
shit.
one last thing to say before we go. I've been very constipated for this entire podcast, and I can't wait to poop.
You know,
I've been really tired as a bubble, and I'm going to sleep.
I was on the road to Asheville the other day, and we were like, should we go to Bojangles or Chick-fil-A? And then we were like, damn, Bojangles is going to fill us up. And I felt really dumb for saying it. That's the end of the podcast, people. Go to sleep.